I can't do what I want to do. Actually, I can't do
Yeah,
what
no,
I want to do.
I can't. I'm sorry. This is
I
humbling in
can't.
itself.
I can't do
Anyway,
what I want to
welcome
do.
to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what me and Gian. Well, I had feedback on my end there because I had it playing, lol. Welcome to something new. I did say that there was a Star Wars podcast that was starting very soon, and here we are. It started with me and Gene, and we thought, why not add Darius into the fold? So this is pretty much going to be the trio going forward. We're going to be touching up, and listen, Star Wars will exist long after we're all dead and gone. So it's never going out of fashion, as far as we know. It's never going to disappear, as far as we know. So we'll always have something new to talk about till we're all like 80 years old and whatever else. Hello. What's happening, Luke? How are you? Lisa, Fancast, Kevin, Israel. What's up, dudes? Jermaine, we're all here. We're all here. We're all hungry. There is still the live. Where's the live Q&A? That's next. That's after this. So just be patient and got to give the people just chill. But with that being said, me and Gian did really get into the thick of it. Everybody knows in the last in the last little video that we did, we touched upon our excitement and hype for Star Wars projects going forward. Things that we liked, are sort of introductions into the brand, if you will, and what to expect going forward. Obviously, we're live this week. Next week, it could be recording and just uploaded, but we're going to experiment and we're going to see what we prefer and how we feel about it once we've done both. But either way, you're still going to get some additional content. And hey, we've got a great synergy here. You know, we got like an Oreo in and of itself. You know, we got two far sides of an Oreo, and we got the middle cream. Like
it's not like I know these guys well at all. It's not like I know.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know either of these two.
We just met like 2 minutes ago. I was like, hey,
yeah, we just had a brief introduction.
I'm the middle cream, huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's decided we're doing recordings from now on. It's definitely going to be recordings from now. All right, time out. There we go. Me and Darius are just we're running this thing back. Bring back the cream, why not? But either way, we're going to be running through a series of topics, usually 1 to 4, depending on whatever big Star Wars news breaks. At the moment, there's not massive news, but there is definitely confirmation of some games that are coming. We've got some stuff to do with Ahsoka, and I know, Gian, you've got some stuff like compiled for us to talk about as we go through. But what we're going to do, just for the sake of, well, we started it this way the last time, what better way to just, carry that energy on into what we do next? And for everyone who's watching now after the fact or on rewatch, smash that like button, jump in the comment section if you agree with anything that we've had to say in this stream or video. And if you're a Star Wars person, then you know what to do. Subscribe, join the fold. Me and Gian touched upon our stories with how we got into Star Wars and what was our entry points. And it was very fascinating, both of our journeys being so vastly different. And the fact that Star Wars is such a generational thing, but also there's so many methods to get involved in Star Wars. It's not intrinsically linked to the movies themselves or a video game or even canon. It's like there's so many ways in, like that you could have the Legends material that people love, like they just read the books, or you can have the people who just love the games, or you can people just like, oh, we love Lego Star Wars. Like there's so many avenues that people get into Star Wars to sort of have that conversation, especially because me and Gina are of 2 different like generations of Star Wars fan. It's crazy. And even though he's a sequel kid, like his favorite character is
Anakin Skywalker.
I'm fucking right. And even though I'm a prequel kid, my favorite character is
Anakin Skywalker.
Obviously, I got to give a shout out to Han. He's a close second, but maybe Obi-Wan. But I don't know. I don't know. Is Han my favorite?
There's so many characters, man. That's
Han my favorite.
Wait, Darius, what's your favorite character? Is it Luke?
Oh yeah, Luke Skywalker, man.
Yeah, Luke.
Perfectly balanced, you see. So with that being said, Darius, my Mamba, my captain, my beautiful, handsome man over there.
Wait, am I pointing to Darius or Jacob on stream?
You're pointing to me. It's flipped.
Yeah, other way.
Okay, cool.
Fucking hell, Jesus. Yeah. It's like, the Christ compels you. What was your introduction? What was your introduction to the Star Wars brand? Because we walked through mine and Gian's. Mine was essentially the first 2 prequel movies. Then I watched the original trilogy. Then Episode 3. I played a couple of the games in between. Gian's was Force Awakens. And then
it was like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rebels, Solo, like those movies. And then later on, I watched the OT and prequel stuff.
There you go. So that's pretty much the cliff notes of our journeys. And obviously, if you haven't, seen the video that we did do, make sure you go and check that out after you watch this. So don't do it right now. But Darius, what was your journey? What was your beginning point? I think we spoke about this a while ago when me and you first started this idea. So that's the funny thing. We did start something like this a while ago. We just never carried on with it.
Right.
But here we are. 2026 is going to be different. What's your journey? What's your story? How did you get into Star Wars?
Right. So I guess to kind of like set the stage, not to date myself, but I'm 22. So
self-love. Sorry.
That means I was born in 03, which is right around the time of the prequels, but I was a baby. That was, I think, in between.
Me too. Making me feel
Attack of the Clones. In between Attack of the Clones and Sith. So I really wasn't old enough to see those in theaters. So my first overall theater memory was the Clone Wars movie, actually, in 08.
That's crazy.
I had to be 5. And I remember my dad taking me to see that. And it was like, that was the first Star Wars thing I'd ever seen that. So I had no idea what was going on. The Clone Wars show hadn't even started yet. So it was just like, I mean, I like vaguely knew who Anakin Skywalker was, but I thought Anakin and Luke were the same person back then. So I was kind of confused.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
I was
like, funny, actually.
What's going on? But the first Star Wars I was like old enough to retain.
Yeah.
Was my dad made sure I watched the OT first. And I remember watching the OT, New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi. And from that on, that was my introduction to Star Wars. Like that became to this day, when I think of Star Wars, I think of that stuff first, just because that's what I was introduced to first, other than the Clone Wars movie. But I really wasn't, like I said, I wasn't old enough to like understand or retain any of that.
What was going on. Yeah. To you, it was probably just like another animated film or something.
Yeah. And then it's like, then I watched Clone Wars was on Cartoon Network back then. So I watched a lot of Clone Wars on TV when it was coming out, which was like 2010, 2011-ish. Then I found the prequels.
And that was around the time they did the Blu-ray re-release as well.
Yeah, that's when I started collecting the Blu-rays and stuff. And then
see, I'm such a nerd.
I was at the perfect age. So when Disney bought Star Wars in I think 2012, and then
good times. Good times.
And then they were announcing they're doing sequels. I was like, cool, I get to finally see these movies in theaters, like live action movies, and actually be old enough to watch them. And then 2015, Force Awakens comes out, and it's like, that was my first Star Wars movie that I grew up with. So I watched, and I loved it. I watched that thing like 4 or 5 times in theaters, because like it was my Star Wars movie, like
your intro, pretty much.
And then from then on, it was just like I got everything. Like I watched Rebels when that came out. I went back and did a lot of old EU, like Legends, what they call Legends now stuff. The Thrawn trilogy. A lot of good and bad in there.
There's some crazy shit in Legends.
Yeah. And then the games, Force Unleashed, I played those when they came out. I'm trying to think of the other one. I think I didn't have the original Battlefront, but my cousin did, so I think I played it at his place.
Never got to see it, Israel, but yeah, go ahead.
The complete Saga games, the Lego games.
Those were peak. Those are
so good. I played all of them. I love those games, man. But yeah, I guess I have a really complex journey for somebody my age range, because like when I tell people I'm an early 2000s kid, they're like, "Oh yeah, so you were a prequel kid." I'm like, "Yes, I love the prequels," but it's like I'm not
saying
it's not your go-to.
No, yeah, it's I'm an OT kid just because that's what I grew up with first. Like Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie, which I know is a popular opinion. Actually, it's kind of split these days because a lot of people say Revenge of the Sith.
Well, I mean, sometimes a popular opinion can actually be right. So.
Yeah, and it's like I have love for every Star. There's something I love in every Star Wars movie, even if they're a bad movie. Like there are some that are bad, but like compared to a lot of other franchises, The lows are low, but they're not that low compared to some other franchises out there. I'm going to say that.
Oh yeah, there's a few out there.
But yeah, so
Halloween ends.
Rogue One, another one of my favorite in first Star Wars, because I think that was 2016. So that was
that was like the beginning of 2016.
So yeah, there was a good bit there where it was like I grew up in the in-between stages where like there really weren't movies in theaters anymore, and then there were. So
yeah, movies in theaters.
Me and Darius kind of have a little bit of a similar.
Well, this is the thing, and like obviously not to cut you off, Darius, but I want to just add on to that. Like we were talking about Rebels and Clone Wars the other day, and I said I've always preferred Clone Wars more because I'm just like a freaking gunslinging, like that kind of like war soldiers, Jedi, Sith, let's go. But what I appreciate about Rebels is the fact that it's more of an intimate family type story, and I know that that's what you gravitate to more.
Yeah, and it's like. My thing with Clone Wars and Rebels is like I think I love them equally, but for different reasons. Like Clone Wars is the big Clone Wars doesn't really have a main character when you think about it. Like there's Ahsoka and Rex and but there's like a cast. It's like an ensemble of characters. You bounce around
quite a bit.
But like Rebels is about like the Ghost Crew. Like it's very much about them and like their relationships and their development and stuff. So you kind of get the best of both, and I think they kind of blend in the difference between the prequels and the OT, because the prequels are very big and grand in scale, and like the OT kind of is, but it's really more about Luke and Han and Leia and Vader and all that stuff. So it's they kind of mirror like the eras that they're part of in like a really interesting way.
Massive.
And then like I was around for all the Disney Plus stuff. So Mandalorian came out, but that was a time, man. Oh my god,
dude, I remember that era, bro.
Because people are like, how is Star Wars going to work on streaming TV? Like this is a movie.
Yeah, this is something completely new.
And
like how
for a time, at least, it did work. For a time,
at first,
yeah.
At first, it worked like a charm.
But yeah, so I guess that's my story. It was started with a Clone Wars movie. Really didn't retain it much, other than that being like I guess my introduction technically, and then the OT, and then Clone Wars and prequels and everything else.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm kind of envious of you too, in the sense of like to be a fan. When I got into it was pretty much like, okay, you've got episodes 1 and 2, the OT, and that's it. And the animated series. Obviously, you had the Legends books, but like I had the attention span of like I didn't care.
You kind of have to graduate. You have to graduate to those things after you.
Like after you get to a certain age, then you're like, okay, I'll read the books. And some of those are really good. Like obviously, like Heir to the Empire was my first Star Wars book. Never gonna forget it. Freaking loved it. But with that being said, and I saw Israel bring it up earlier on. I may have been around to go and see Revenge of the Sith, but I never actually got a chance to see it in theaters. And it was always a massive regret for me because I just never got a chance to go and see it. I did enjoy just binging it on Christmas Day and feeling depressed as shit in the run up to that, pretty much because, like I said on the last stream that we did to give context, episodes 1 and 2, I watched religiously. I'm talking religiously, I watched. And then I got introduced to the OT. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember who said it. And I keep going back to this, but it's a crazy reveal. Bear in mind, I've only seen episodes like Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. I'm watching A New Hope. Vader walks into scene. That's Anakin, by the way.
Wait, what? You're like, wait, what?
The fuck? What the fuck happened? What? And I was like, why does this look so fucking old? Like, what is this shit? But there was something quite unique about that oldness, that vintage nature that I really appreciate. Even just the moments where it's got like that old, call it just the nerd in me, but you know how like they're waiting to go and board the Falcon, and you've got like that really soft like a three-toes looking around the thing, stuff like that. It just hit different. So obviously when Empire Strikes Back happened, and then I was like, I am your father. I'm like, well, shit, what the fuck?
Now it all makes sense.
Where's Mace Windu? Where's all these people? What? And then I get to Return of the Jedi, and then Hayden Christensen appears at the end. I'm like, huh? I'm still scratching my head, being like, what the fuck? So this came out in 1983, but he's in the movie. And then obviously that introduced me to a larger world, introduced me to the power of movie editing and films. And it was a special edition change. And a hot take, the 2004 ending is better. Sorry. It's just my personal bias. You know, I love Yub Nub. I love Yub Nub.
Yeah, Victory Celebration is such a
Victory Celebration with a montage of all the planets from the
Coruscant, dude.
And then you see Hayden Christensen looking at Mark Hamill. I'm like, what's not to love? And then once that's done, we're going straight into 2004, 2005. So the bonus feature that was on the original trilogy box set that I got, there was a Darth Vader documentary. I remember watching that documentary being, I'm depressed as shit right now. Like, what is this? Like, my hero becomes a bad guy? The fuck? And then in the run-up to Revenge of the Sith being released, the little toy lightsabers you could get in the Kellogg's cereal, the promos for the games, all that kind of stuff. I was depressed as hell, man. That year was rough on me. I was just like, man, there is so much Anakin promo everywhere of like a hero falls, and there was like magazines with like a holographic image, like, you know, when you turn it to the side and it has a different. I was like, well, I don't want the magazine, so I'm not going to read it. But what do you mean? What? And then I didn't get a chance to see Revenge of the Sith. I'm watching it on Christmas Day, and I'm like, okay, Dooku died. All right, cool. Well, that's expected. You know, he's a bit of an asshole, but fuck it. Then Windu died. And I was like, oh dear. And then Order 66 happened. I was like, oh dear. And then Mustafar happened. Oh dear. And then Padme died. I'm gonna go cry now.
That's the biggest oh dear.
Like that fucked me up. I was like, that shit. I was like, there's only one way to console myself. A New Hope. Get in there, please. So then I just rewatched the entire OT because I was like, this is just depressing as fuck. And that's the thing. For as great as a movie as it is fucking sad, man. And, you know, with that being said, like, I always appreciated that movie, or even the prequels alone, they got slandered on massively, and I only found out when I got on the internet. That for me, that cements Anakin's arc without the Clone Wars. Then you throw something like the Clone Wars in, and it just strengthens it. It just adds 50 levels. The original trilogy I appreciate because of its vintage nature, the nostalgia you have with it. And I think the best video games came out with the prequel trilogy. I'm just saying, like freaking LucasArts days. But then we get to the sequel trilogy, and I remember being so hyped for The Force Awakens. I was too young to remember the hype for Phantom Menace, but I was told it was in the same vein. So the only thing I had next to compare it to was Revenge of the Sith, and that was the talking point every day at school. I'm talking every day it was the talking point.
But I remember the marketing for Force Awakens, and when you go to like toy stores or like Target or whatever, and they have like the big...
That like Kylo Ren reveal in the trailer with the lightsaber, I still
when he pulls it out, dude, like...
No, they don't even have that in the film. They just did that for the trailer. Like that was for the trailer.
That trailer is one of the greatest trailers I've ever seen about. That Force Awakens trailer is I still rewatch it sometimes. I'm like, dude,
bro, I remember the first time I saw that on Disney Channel.
On the sequels, but the sequel trilogy's trailers,
even Rise of Skywalker one. Say what you want about the movie. The trailer,
the trailers were so tough. Oh my gosh.
I'd say the best one for me for Force Awakens was the main one. The best one for Last Jedi was the teaser.
The teaser one was crazy.
The best one for Rise of Skywalker was the Duel of the Fates promo after Kylo Ren goes to visit Palpatine with that sort of ominous score in the background.
Was that the one where they showed clips before? Or that one different one?
Pretty much. Let me see.
It was a TV spot. It was a TV spot, I think.
It was a TV spot. That was a TV spot. That honestly had me having fucking goosebumps.
Because I remember...
Oh yeah, well, Palpatine is like having every voice you've ever that was peak.
Oh, that one was crazy.
I'll never forget my hype for that film, man. And then just to be, but
hey, man, I say this, Rise of Skywalker. That's a fun movie to watch. I'm sorry, say what you want, but it's a fun one to watch.
Here we go. I found it. This I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. And screw the copyright, I don't care. But this is one of the best scores I've ever heard for any Star Wars project ever. And I don't know if it's part of the actual.
Yo, did they actually release this?
Listen. Not there.
And he walks in with the saber out. Dude.
Exegol looks so cool. Exegol looks so cool, man.
This is the best location of the sequels, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's the most unique. Like, it's very Legends inspired, but I'm glad that they decided to take a leap inside. And then you have that, and then it's that was my response.
Dude, I remember when it was like Celebration. I think they revealed the title, and everyone was going crazy, like, "Oh my god, Palpatine is back!"
Yeah, no, dude. Because my reaction was like, "Oh my god, they're listening. They're finally going. We're gonna merge the OT and prequel trilogy together." Because there was that time, and obviously, I don't know if you guys will fully remember this part, but they pretended the prequels didn't exist.
And then in Last Jedi, Luke says Sidious, and you're like, wait a minute, that's a prequel.
That gave me chills. I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
that's fucking dope. But I think for me, the sequels, and we've talked about this a lot, and I'm sure everyone has, but it's individually they're good movies.
Yeah,
I agree with that
trilogy. They don't work. This is why I said to someone, I don't think the sequel trilogy will have the prequel trilogy effect. The prequel trilogy always had the story. They just have shitty dialogue and
what we're saying with the sequels, like, people defend individual movies in the sequels, but no one defends the whole thing.
As a trilogy, it doesn't work.
There's Force Awakens fans, obviously. There's Last Jedi fans, even. There's even a few Skywalker fans.
And then no one likes Rise of Skywalker.
No, but no one defends the whole thing. Like, people defend individual movies because you can defend a movie individually because they have good ideas. There's interesting ideas there.
They do.
I think Last Jedi is the best looking movie out of any Star Wars movie. On
Last Jedi is beautiful. Like cinematography, it's beautiful.
Crate is beautiful.
Like I said, like, I think Last Jedi is the best the best movie in Star Wars, but it's not the best Star Wars movie. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
No, I get that. That makes perfect sense.
As a film, it's fucking incredible. The twists, the turns, the whodunit, the this, that, whatever. But as a Star Wars movie, it just pales compared to the rest. It's like, but then you get Rise of Skywalker, which just gives you fan service, and it doesn't even do it well. It does it like half-assed.
And it's just like
Rise of Skywalker tried to fix what Last Jedi did.
Yeah,
yep.
And
it felt like they should have just cut the cord and made it 2 movies because
they wanted to, but Bob Iger didn't want it.
Have salvaged it. Like, I think you've got so much room in Rise of Skywalker for a good story there. They crammed it all in. Like that fucking audio of Palpatine, and whatever else. One, why is he announcing it to the galaxy? Secondly,
why was it in Fortnite?
Why is it in Fortnite? Don't you think this should be in the film? And also, oh shit. Luke, what's happening, bro? Thank you for the donation. My boy, you definitely didn't need to do that, but I love you all the more. And regardless if Arsenal win that league this year or not, I still love you. Either or. But we may as well. All right, there you go. With that being said, we all know what my favorite episode is. I think the best, arguably, is Empire Strikes Back. So that's episode 5. My personal favorite is 3. Darius, what's yours? Actually, you know what? Everyone, wait. Let's do it in 3. Do the number in 3, 2, 1. Oh, interesting.
5.
Interesting. Talk to me.
3 is my favorite.
Why, Gian? Why?
Yeah.
Why 3 is? I think 3. I just love Anakin's story. I love Anakin's story throughout the whole prequel trilogy, and just seeing him finally becoming Darth Vader. His motives on becoming Darth Vader. It was just so freaking good. I love the score. I love Anakin versus Obi-Wan. That whole fight scene was so sick. I remember watching that for the first time and like flipping.
Slight shout out to Luke here. I really appreciate you gaming while watching us at the same time. So thank you.
Shout out to Luke.
May the force be with you, Luke. Sorry.
And I just the whole story. I people say like, oh, episode 3 is boring. Like half of it. I kind of disagree with that. I think you kind of need that to like get the story going.
It starts crazy. It starts so fast paced. You get to slow down.
Yeah, it starts crazy and it slows down, then it picks up, and I think the whole, it's like Jacob says, like with the whole prequel trilogy, everything just ties together, and it just works.
They do a great, especially for a prequel. They do such a great job, in my opinion, of connecting the dots. The thing with like, you have to be charitable here. I'm sure for original trilogy fans, like, why doesn't 3PO remember any of this? A mind wipe? Oh, of course. Other than that, I think it was actually all right.
And I liked I like Hayden Christensen so much. So
Underrated.
obviously, he
Underrated.
he he's so good in the movie. So him as Anakin Skywalker.
I think he's one of the best actors for just non-verbal expression.
Oh yeah, dude, his facial
that scene where he's looking out in the sunset and like he starts
one of the best scenes I've ever seen in anything ever. I'm sorry. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like Hayden Christensen, like I have no idea if he's watching. He's probably not watching. He's not an Oscar level actor. He's not like
Hayden.
He's not like an Adam Driver or whatever, but he is good. Very good. Very underrated. And I feel like
that's a word to say, underrated.
That scene of him in the Jedi Temple, just with no dialogue and shit, and looking out into the ether and just looking at Padme and she's looking at him. It's one of the best scenes. I think that was the moment that shit got real. Like when Mace Windu died, I was like, oh, this is kind of sad. What the fuck? But when Anakin's like contemplating that shit, like I was like, oh my god, like this is good. And George is like, you know what? We're gonna play a very ominous score in the background. We're gonna let the performances shine through. It is haunting, and the cinematography of the scene is fucking incredible. It's absolutely stellar. And obviously, you can see, I feel like, yeah, of course, in Attack of the Clones, he's a bit 50-50, but you can tell he massively improved in this movie. Massively. Just absolutely, just the whole thing. The whole thing, goddammit.
That scene right there, it's that shit. And he just starts crying, like, oh my gosh. I love Revenge of the Sith so much.
But he's whiny. And it's like, yeah, well...
But like,
but I was going to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
They're all whiny, bro.
They're all whiny. And even that deleted scene in A New Hope when he's talking to Biggs and he goes, no, listen, I'm quiet. Yeah, I'm quiet. You can barely hear me. I'm like, God.
But even then, like, people don't understand that Anakin had no human interactions for 10 years. His only human interaction was Obi-Wan.
Well, it's like I told you, a lot of people out there,
and he was a slave from the age of 0 to 9.
It's like I told you, a lot of people out there think they're Han Solo chatting up the ladies. You're Anakin. You're awkward. You're a bit angsty. Don't get wrong, the like stroking her arm stuff was a bit, but and I'm gonna be honest, the whole I don't like sand thing. So overblown,
bro. I love that line.
It's not even the worst line he says in the movie. It's not even.
It's what he's doing in the scene that makes it bad. It's not what he's saying. It's just him like everything's soft and smooth. And like,
I said this on the first episode, but my second favorite movie.
It's like G on juice.
Hey man, if I'm Anakin Skywalker, then shoot. But I said my second favorite movie is Attack of the Clones. I love Attack of the Clones. That's my second favorite.
Bro.
Star Wars centric stream, Stuart. Anyway.
Don't bring that clown in here, bro. That clown, man.
Yeah, I'm giving you the bird just like Richie gave to him. Dick. But yeah, no, Attack of the Clones is underrated too. I think it is the weakest one in terms of like the franchise as a whole when you like look at it objectively, just like in terms of like the dialogue.
Very important though. Yeah.
But it's very important. And I think when you look at the prequels as a whole, you look at what George was trying to create. And I've seen people say, why didn't they just go from like Anakin when he was a teenager or whatever? One, that's not the intention. Like that intention matters. And secondly, I think it gives it some gravity when you see his journey from child to Jedi Knight to Jedi Master.
Yeah, you're watching Phantom Menace. You're like, there's no way this little kid becomes Darth Vader. Like,
yeah, it makes it more heartbreaking when he does die, or when he does change. Sorry, I'm speaking of Obi-Wan now.
When I was watching, because my dad only seen the original
person, and my name is Anakin. You can also kill him in the Phantom Menace game, by the way. Just on a funny side note.
That's evil. But when
I mean, why don't we just find baby Thanos and?
That's also evil. But my dad, he only watched the original trilogy, so he didn't watch the prequels. So when Phantom Menace re-released in theaters a few years ago, when we were watching it, and I explained to him that little boy.
Reaction to
I explained to him like that little kid, the Anakin, yeah, he's Darth Vader, and even he freaked out. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I explained to him
I
like
love it.
everything.
I love it. I love that this amazing twist, the biggest plot twist in all of cinema. Everyone knows, but we all don't know. We all don't know.
It's seeing how.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's seeing how he becomes Darth Vader.
No, I agree massively. It's also got Mace Windu kicking ass in there, so I'm
look at it like this.
I'm sorry, Jango Fett does more in that movie than Boba Fett does. Like,
I'll be honest, bro. OT Boba Fett is just an aura farmer. That's all he does. He aura farms. He just stands there
looking cool.
He just stands there, looks cool, and he catches Han. I guess that's what he does.
And he does this bit where he points the gun at Leia, and he just goes.
No, do you see the special edition where he's Adam in Jabba's palace for no reason? He just looks at the camera. Like, what was that about?
Well, why? Oh no! And then they went a step further. McClunky.
Oh, dude!
Like, have you seen the edit where it's like?
But listen, some of the special edition changes are good. Like I like
the Jabba change.
Ian McDermott,
the rock in front of R2. Sorry.
Ian McDermott being an Empire makes sense because that's
the Jabba the Hutt one makes sense after they changed it to Phantom.
But like,
not some Scottish geezer.
The whole Han shot first, like the whole Greedo. It's just why.
And for those who don't know or are too young to know, there is this massive out. You're going to enter a big rabbit hole now. There is a big discussion whether Han shot first against Greedo. Han shot first. It's in the original theatrical cut.
The script says he shot first too. So
they just didn't want it to make it look like Han was a bad dude, so they made it look like Greedo shot first. And if you've ever
it doesn't matter because Greedo was there to kill him anyways. So
if you've ever seen 3 in the afternoon or 6 in the evening or 9 in the evening, it's like they address that kind of thing. It's the fan-made lightsaber thing. Great thing. Travis Bowles directed it. It's great. Also, if you want more of a Greedo fix, there's a deleted scene from Phantom Menace of Anakin.
Oh yeah, Greedo's in the Phantom Menace.
Shit out of him. So hey, yeah, he's putting hands on.
I still gotta watch that, Sam. When you told me that, I was cracking up. I have to watch that.
Greedo, man.
No, I'm sorry. This is how I know Anakin and Han would have bonded so well. Like Anakin punches the shit out of Greedo.
Yo,
and then Qui-Gon walked in, and he's like, "What's going on here?" He says, "I cheated." It's like, did you? You'll just have to tolerate his opinion. See, Qui-Gon was way ahead of his time there. Way ahead of his time.
Yeah, R.I.P. Qui-Gon, man.
Yeah, man.
Underrated Jedi.
Speaking of R.I.P., on a real note, though, yesterday was 9 years since Carrie Fisher passed. So R.I.P. to our princess.
It's been 9 years?
Yeah.
God, I feel even older. God.
R.I.P. to our princess.
Oh, my gosh, man. R.I.P. to Carrie Fisher.
I might get copyrighted, but if they claim it, it'll be fine. I just need to show you.
Oh, never mind. I did see this. I did see this. Never mind. I remember seeing this.
Just walks in like freaking, and then look at that McClunky. Such a dick. Such an asshole. Anyway, back to the point. Darius, what was your? It was Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah, and listen, I know everyone says that, or at least they did, but there's a reason.
Sure.
First off, like coming off of A New Hope. A New Hope is very much a classic hero's journey. Like it's Luke leaves his comfortable life with a mentor. Cinderella. They destroy the evil fortress. Live happily.
Cinderella with a dude.
Yeah, usually live happily ever after that. But it's like Empire kind of flips that on his head. It's like no.
And then Han, Leia, and Luke had a. Shut up, Jacob.
The movie gets started with Luke getting captured by a random monster. Then he has to get rescued by Han. Then they lose the first battle of the movie really badly. It's not even really close. And the whole rest of the movie, they're just running away. And it's like, there's this like tension because they established really early on that like, no, we can't beat the Empire, like straight up. Yeah, we beat them on the Death Star, but like, that was kind of a fluke. And we see that like, if you watch Rogue One and Andor, you get more context of that. Like a lot of people have to die for them to even have a shot at destroying the Death Star. So it's like, but Empire kind of like the stakes are higher. We get Han and Leia, which I think is probably along with Anakin and Padme, and I think Hera and Kanan's probably the best relationship.
Yeah, underrated.
And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, there's so many classic moments. You get
Han and Leia.
Luke and Yoda. We get Yoda for the first time, like Luke and Yoda. And
Puppet Yoda. We get crackhead Yoda.
Wait, what do y'all prefer, puppet or CG Yoda?
It depends.
Yes,
it depends. If it's the OT, obviously puppet. Phantom Menace, also puppet. Attack of the Clones.
If he's gonna be fighting, you need kind of CGI Yoda for that.
Yeah,
but like, if
there's no way a puppet Yoda is gonna be fighting.
If he's just being a wise master and trolling, like it needs to be puppet in that case.
Oh, and fun fact for Attack of the Clones, not only did that scene of Yoda pulling out the lightsaber for the first time, could have worded that better, but here we are. It got a massive pop back in the day. Like people are losing.
I heard.
Yep. And John Knoll, who was one of the artists on the film, had a talk with George Lucas saying him using a lightsaber is goofy. Why don't we just use force powers? And it would be like a Legend of Korra type fight or something. I believe that was the thing. I could be wrong. Someone will have to fact check me on that. But it would have been like powers facing off against each other. And George was like, "Look, people have waited 30 years to see Yoda use a lightsaber. I'm gonna give it to him." And boy, did you give us the best on Battlefront 2. Sorry. But yeah, no, please carry on. Like Han and Leia to me is set the benchmark, you know. And this is the thing, right? Empire Strikes Back set the benchmark for everything to try and copy it. No, you know, I love you. I know. I am your father. Every movie has tried to replicate.
And it set the stage for like the middle part has to be the darkest part. That's what started the whole
time, in my opinion.
Because back then we didn't get really too many trilogies before Star Wars did it anyways. But then after we did, it's like everyone has tried Marvel did it with Infinity Wars. Like the middle has to be the darkest one. Like it has
that's when they face the most growth.
And like it shows that heroes can fail at a time where like that really wasn't really thought of as being a thing. Like, I mean, yeah, you had like the big franchise, but this one was what, James Bond. Like James Bond didn't fail. Like he always won the day.
Oh, Infinity War did it first. No, it didn't.
Luke is basically being superimposed of the whole movie. He doesn't finish his training, and then he gets his
whining like a bitch.
He gets his handed. Vader literally hands it to him. Like it's
and you realize what's sick about it while watching it. Vader's toying with him the whole fight.
No, the moment Luke gets a real hit in, he's like, all right.
Jab on his shoulder. He's like, all right, fuck this.
He like the hand? All right.
Damn. And like there's this really dark element to it where it's like Yoda and Obi-Wan know that Vader is his father. They just don't tell him and they let him go off.
That's sick.
And it's I don't know, man. Like the Rebels spend the whole movie on the back foot. They're running. They don't. Their victory in the movie is just surviving. They don't win a battle. They don't even save Han. They just get away. Yeah. That's the victory. Sometimes that's
Luke and Leia were gonna like mouth to mouth at the start of Empire, but we won't talk about that.
There's a lot of things at
Empire that we just
but again, like as much as OT fans love to defend that trilogy, I have one thing to say. Somehow, I've always known you could have wrote that so much better. That makes it look worse.
We all love George, but when he says he had everything planned out, he didn't. Like Luke and Leia, originally not related.
Yeah, there's also a plan out there of Luke taking Vader's helmet and saying, "I am Darth Vader now" or something.
Yeah, that one.
And then Luke was supposed to have another sister, like a sister who was a different person that was like on the other side of the galaxy that was gonna help. Like it was a whole thing.
It was like the original ending for like Return of the Jedi was that like Luke kills Vader and then he grabs the helmet and says, "I am Darth Vader."
It was supposed to be called Revenge of the Jedi. That was supposed to be.
Yes, it was its original name, Revenge.
That's why it would have been called Revenge of the Jedi because Luke.
But then George was like, "Revenge Jedi don't seek revenge." So like,
no, that's not in line with no.
You know who does seek revenge? The Sith, and that's how that came about.
Even in 1983, I would have been like, "That's a bit for the Jedi, really." But Revenge of the Sith, to know it gave us that name, which in my opinion is way colder, and Return of the Jedi is way more heroic. I love that as a name.
But no, like Empire, it just gives us so many like the Battle of Hoth. I love Cloud City as a location.
And it was voted as having the best score out of all the movies.
And the score, dude. Boba Fett's score, sick. The Cloud City score,
I love Han.
Imperial March.
It's where we get Imperial March for the first time. People do not remember. Imperial March is not in A New Hope. It starts in Empire Strikes Back. And we get Lando, who was a very complex character. I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, he sold out the gang, but like, what choice did he really have? Like, the Empire shows up and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill everyone here."
What are you gonna do? Like. I really appreciate how Vader's just sat down having dinner, and then Han walks in and he goes, "What have you been doing?" And he's like, "No, thank you."
Also, gives us so many cold Vader lines. We got, "I'm altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further." It's such a cold line.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly.
Yep.
Oh! You remember when villains used to just have one line and not like overly do it?
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. And he's choking the Admiral out.
Yo, he chokes the crap.
I remember watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time, and obviously I know that it's Anakin, and like, this movie came out like 30 years ago. How is this Hayden Christensen? And then the helmet comes down. I'm like, is that Hayden? Is that Hayden? Obviously, it's not. I learned that there were multiple actors to play him, like Sebastian Shaw, David Prowse. Like, it's just everyone had a shine.
James Earl Jones, obviously the voice. Yep.
And you can tell the budget had increased, but also the technology had moved in such a way where George was like, okay, I can give people a lightsaber fight. And obviously Return of the Jedi gave Luke flips and shit like that, which is what they would have. I have no doubt in my mind, if A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi came out with today's technology, there would have been
crazy. It would be so crazy.
Yo, the fights would have been.
Sick. So that reimagined fight between Obi-Wan and Vader, chef's kiss. But also, there's something I really appreciate about those duels in the OT, because it's very much not just a product of its time and a time capsule, but they did the best they could with what they had. And it feels like in A New Hope, the fight is like, okay, it's two guys coming to fight together one last time. Two veteran samurais. They don't need flashy moves. It's fight to kill. And then Empire Strikes Back, it's Luke just being on, defense the entire time. And then Vader's like, I've had enough playing around with you, you bitch.
You can literally see him, like, Vader starts with using one hand. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
The disrespect is crazy. And this man fucking pushes Luke on the floor.
Oh, so I think Luke's Dagobah outfit's so tough.
No, yeah, it is. It's got some tough fits in this too.
Return of the Jedi has the best moment in any lightsaber fight for me.
I love the Dagobah stuff because I love Yoda's explanation of the Force. It's just like, it's so mysterious. It's so powerful. Like,
I think the Force is at its strongest in that film.
And like Yoda lifting the X-wing, it's not the craziest thing Yoda's ever done, but the score, the build-up, like the way, even what he says, like Luke's like, I don't believe it, and then Yoda's like, that's why you fail.
It's because he's pushing Luke to do that the entire time.
Yeah,
and he's like, you want the impossible. Yeah,
and it's like
Skywalker fashion.
That's how the Force works. It's like, it doesn't matter how big the thing is. It's just like,
that's not how the Force works. Sorry,
it's more so like, do you believe you can? And if you believe you can, you probably can. And
then this man in Return of the Jedi is just walking in there going, just choking people. I'm like,
I don't think people give Luke's arc enough credit because it's almost the reverse of Anakin's arc. He gets darker in every movie, but he just, at the end, he makes the choice to not do the thing that Anakin did. Like, it's very poetic, and it's because if you think about it, Luke has every reason to turn. Like, his dad is
the biggest, baddest guy in the galaxy,
the second most evil guy in the galaxy, then the only one
the entire order.
Yeah. His friends are constantly in danger. The rebels seem to be on the losing side of it. Like, it's
the Empire killed us. Glad for those Disney Plus shows because they filled the gap, because there is a disassociation between prequels and OT. Now it doesn't feel like there's much of it. But with what you were saying there, no, you're right. It's like Luke has every reason to go to the dark side. There's just like he has no reaction on his face when Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are burned to a crisp, but.
Had to hurt a bit. They raised them. I mean,
had to hurt. That's a sting.
One of the only good things
for the Kenobi show, because it's made
one of the only good things out of Kenobi is like you see how much they cared about him. They were willing to fight an Inquisitor for him, so they clearly cared about him a lot. So
I'm not gonna lie, watching A New Hope now with that context in mind of Uncle Owen,
they went down fighting for sure. They went down.
It actually stings a little bit.
Yeah, like
before it was just like, that's a shame. They were so sweet. Now it's like, oh man, they probably fought their hearts out. And there is that theory that Boba Fett did it instead.
I mean, no disintegrations this time. Yeah.
So like that line in Empire Strikes. It's all in Empire Strikes Back, the best film. When Vader is sending all the bounty hunters to go out and capture Han. Obviously, that bounty hunter lineup.
Bosk,
beautiful.
I got my goat.
I give the prequel trilogy credit for it being so expansive that it gave us something like the Clone Wars where every character has a story, but Empire Strikes Back did it too with that bounty hunter lineup. Every single one.
Who do we get? We had Bosk, Dengar,
Warlom.
IG-88.
Dengar is a good one. But it's just great because like he points straight at Boba and he's like, no disintegrations. And that made the fandom go, wait, did Boba Fett burn Luke's aunt and uncle?
Because Obi-Wan says stormtroopers do it in the movie. It's like, I don't think that's not really stormtrooper style. They do that.
And obviously, like the canon has changed since. Obviously, the stormtroopers weren't originally to do with the clones.
Yeah.
Obviously, retcons happen and things like that. So as George was making the prequels, he probably looked at certain things and went, okay, I can probably use this. So there is probably a connection between Boba Fett and Vader, daddy issues being the main one. And also just that Boba is proficient. And that's why Boba is the only person who can clap back at, not like clap back, but he can speak back to him because Vader protects him.
He's no good to me dead.
Yep, he's no good to me dead. And that's the thing. I love Temuera Morrison. Like his voice is the clones, chef's kiss, but Jeremy Bulloch,
the original Boba Fett,
the original one, he's no good to me dead. Woo! I was like, damn, this guy's a killer. Ooh. And then he just aura farms as usual and he dies like a tin can, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, I just love everything about Empire, man.
The rise of stubble. I didn't mind them redeeming him. It's just killing him that I had a problem with. But yeah, no, Empire Strikes Back is if you're looking at the Star Wars saga as a whole and you need to pick out one movie to go against like regular like films, that's the one.
You pick
I think it gives us the coolest Vader too. I think they really establishes Vader because like Vader is cool in New Hope. He doesn't really do anything in New Hope. He just kind of is there.
He just stands there.
Yeah, and like fights Obi-Wan as well is per what you were saying earlier on, Darius, about how it gives us like Vader in these moments, like one-liner people choking people out, snapping people's necks. At the end of the film, when Luke escapes and Vader just
love that scene
and then looks back, doesn't say anything.
That's
walks out of shot.
You know what?
And all the officers are looking at him.
Right there.
All the officers are terrified. He doesn't kill any of them, and then it makes you go,
Anakin.
"Oh, he's probably Anakin. He's hurting."
That was the most Anakin thing he's ever done. That is where Anakin started to come back because that was
he was vulnerable.
Yep.
I remember watching that bonus feature disc up there, and George said it himself. Like in that specific scene, in that moment, that's Anakin coming back. He was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt. Like his own flesh and blood basically just fucked off. And the subtle storytelling, because obviously with a mask, you can't get facial expression, but just this and looking back, like you're looking back to hope that it's like what has just disappeared comes back and then you fuck off out of scene. When he spent the whole movie chaffing people one after the other and all the officers are like, and he doesn't do anything. He just walks out the room. Powerful.
And then if you watch that scene, you watch a scene in the Empire where Palpatine is telling him, yeah, Anakin Skywalker's got a kid. That's who this is. And you know that Vader knows that already because the comic basically, there's a comic where Vader looks for the rebel who destroyed the Death Star, and Boba Fett actually finds out Luke's name. So Boba tells him, yeah, it's Luke Skywalker. And then Vader's like, wait, Skywalker, what the hell? And then he basically finds out Palpatine lied to him that his kids were dead.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
So Vader knows. So Vader already knows.
But you know,
Vader already knows canon-wise that Luke is his kid before that.
Yeah,
and so what Palpatine is telling him, because Palpatine doesn't know that, so Vader's like, "You're full of shit. Like you lied to me," and
that creates the storylines of Vader wanting to get to Luke to use him against Palpatine.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing about that. Like there's whole comics about that.
Do you know what Comic-Con is that? I need to read that.
It's a Darth Vader run, 2015, I believe, or 2017, either 2015 or 2017.
All right. 2017, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I have to look.
I know the one you're on about though. But it's nice having that confirmation. And obviously, it didn't happen in the movie. Yeah, but the thing is,
it's subtext.
With these kind of retcons, it's subtext, but also these comics are based on things that could be scrapped ideas. They could be things that were in consideration. Like Luke's original name was meant to be Starkiller.
Starkiller.
Mm-hmm. Starkiller. So then we had Starkiller the character, and we had Starkiller base.
And the thing is, that fucking planet is the Jedi Temple.
Ilum. Yep.
So that's why they've got enough power to light up a fucking continent.
Which we see the beginnings of in Fallen Order. It's in Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep. Using the Jedi lightsaber crystals to power a weapon, you bastards. So it's not bad enough you killed the entire order. You're taking their shit. Damn.
Yep.
Freaking. No, I can't say what I was going to
say. Yeah, there's just so many moments where you kind of make Vader scary, but you humanize him as well, which sets the tone for Return of the Jedi in a beautiful way.
Yeah. It's literally such a great setup movie that Return of the Jedi can't be bad. It's so good. And what I love about Return of the Jedi in and of itself is it spends the first half hour of the film paying off the character arcs one last time before they go on the final adventure. And I really appreciate that about it. And obviously there was that thing with Harrison Ford that he might not have come back between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's kind of works as a send off for Han because he knows that his past is going to catch up with
Lando's wearing his freaking clothes at the end of the movie.
Flying his ship up. Flying his ship.
Family Guy made a great point of referencing that. It's like, no, seriously, watch the actual movie. It's really weird. It is. It's jarring. I'm like, Han? The fucking Billy. This is what we're doing now?
Because Han spends the whole movie like, oh, I have to go pay back Jabba because if I don't, like, I'm gonna live this crisis forever. He makes the choice to stay with his friends and fight with his friends instead of doing that, and then it comes back to bite him in the end, and he doesn't care because he loves his friend. He loves Leia. He loves his friends, and it's such a great.
Also probably one of the best chemistry scenes between Vader and Han. Those two characters, those two forces against each other. Like Han's cocky, rash. He
sees Vader. He does not care. He starts blasting immediately.
Doesn't give a shit. And I think that's what, you can call me reaching here, but I think that's what Vader deep down Anakin actually respects about him. He's very much him.
Yep.
Just with a gun.
Anakin is pretty much Luke plus Han. That's pretty much what Anakin was.
Yeah.
He's kind of both.
I was thinking that one episode in Clone Wars when that one dude was making his move on Padme, Anakin said, "Nah, fool," and he just goes all in.
But what I love about it is Anakin beat the shit out of Greedo before he even knew he had the Force like that. So he was like, "Hey, listen, I was raised in the freaking hood on Tatooine. Let's freaking." That's what he basically did. He was like, I don't need my lightsaber.
I never had to worry about Tusken Raiders, man.
He's also got another advantage: a freaking metal hand. Damn.
He has a metal hand on his right hand. He has a lightsaber on his left hand.
He was trained.
He was
trained by warrior monks, dude.
He was relentless.
Oh my goodness.
Oh damn, that was an interesting message.
Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong answer between Empire and Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is also one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and for a lot of the same reasons, really. I mean, beautiful cinematography, very very dark, and very very unconventional story. It's basically Revenge of the Sith is basically a Greek tragedy, it is,
and it's even worse now. Like the movie is so tragic. The words "Order 66" are now in Rebels, Bad Batch, Jedi Fallen Order, freaking the Lego games.
Clone Wars,
it's everywhere.
That movie is so much more heartbreaking than it originally was, and Clone Wars Season 7 has made it even worse.
Oh my god! Season 7 of Clone Wars, bro. That last 4 episodes.
Did you just say that?
7? But
sorry, Darius. But to know that in the background of Revenge of the Sith, you've got Maul and Ahsoka duking it out while Windu's getting his arm chopped off. It's insane. There's a lot happening in that film.
They've done it since one thing I will give. I don't want to say Disney because it's still. One thing I will give the Disney era credit for is making the like you said it earlier, Jacob. The separation not as big of a deal between. Especially when you're doing with live action and the animated stuff, it's it's in the same universe, but it feels hard to think of it as being in the same universe sometimes.
Yeah, it does. There is a disconnect. There is
not so much anymore because
what
they did with Clone Wars Season 7, man, it's happening.
Well, that's the thing because I love the characters like Ahsoka and Rex, but it's like Rex, you can give a pass and go, okay, the clones, Anakin probably worked with a lot of them. A character like Ahsoka is not mentioned in the movies at all. So the show Rebels, again, great, but it's animation. There's still a disconnect. The live action show of Ahsoka, obviously bringing that into the forefront.
Yeah.
Now, when I watch Clone Wars, I can go, that is Hayden Christensen talking to Rosario Dawson. Or I can go, that is Matt Lanter talking to Ashley Eckstein. It's the same character, just different mold. Or even something as simple as Kenobi with Hayden having half of his face fucking smashed in. I'm like, now when I watch the original trilogy, I feel like I'm looking at Hayden as well.
Then, I can see Ewan turning into Alec Guinness, but I think Kenobi did a great job.
Yeah.
Even the way he looks a lot more like Alec Guinness as the series as it goes on.
Like his the hair shorter, and then like the beard and the grays, and
even his voice. Yeah,
the voice too. There was like one, like they did a great job in season 7 of Clone Wars. The last moment of Anakin and Ahsoka before Obi-Wan and Anakin go off to get Dooku.
Yep.
That was such a great like parallel, because now when I watch Revenge of the Sith, I'm like,
and
Anakin
the thing is,
just talked to Ahsoka.
They got that from the 2003 micro series, and they just carried it over and just recontextualized it. And I think that's the last time that Ahsoka and Anakin see each other.
Yeah,
well,
until
Rebels. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not gonna lie. While watching Rebels, I thought that was it for Ahsoka. I thought she was dead. I thought
and honestly, I like a lot of stuff that came after. If that was it, it would have been perfect. Honestly,
that would have been a good ending for her. But we're here,
which I'm not complaining, because I like a lot of stuff after that. But
to know that we could have had Maul and Vader throwdown would have been fun. Like Maul would.
Speaking of that, I still think we get that in Maul. I think that's going to happen in the Maul show. I think it's going to happen.
Oh, bro, that Maul show's gonna be
because that way, when we get to Rebels, like obviously, if you watch it in canon order, when you watch it, it makes sense why Maul is like, I don't want to go anywhere.
Because think about the kind of character Maul is. He's arrogant. He would be like, I can take Vader. So he must have tried at some point. He got destroyed.
It's like while watching Rebels, it feels like he's afraid of going anywhere near Vader. So it doesn't feel fully in character for him. He never backs down until he gets bitched. So it's like,
what I think happens is
in this series, he confronts him, gets his ass whooped, and is like, nope.
I think Maul is gonna build up Crimson Dawn, and since it's the early years of the Empire is still kind of vulnerable, and then so Crimson Dawn becomes an actual threat to the Empire, and then Palpatine's like, you know what? Go deal with Maul, Vader. Like, go deal with him. We need him out of the way. And I think Vader does.
It's gonna be cold. I'm gonna love that.
Does anyone know when that show comes out? When in 2026?
They haven't said it, I don't think.
They haven't stated yet, I don't think. Did you guys say there was something about Ahsoka being delayed? And then
that's like, so it's not, it's like a rumor, because on like Disney's like slot or whatever, but for their upcoming project in 2026, Ahsoka's not on the slot anymore. So people are thinking it's gonna get delayed to 2027.
Oh god.
But I really don't know, to be honest.
It has finished filming. It has finished filming, right? It's been done,
it finished filming like a few months ago. So
I don't know.
I kind of hope
hopefully not.
Delayed.
But hopefully not.
Disney,
as long as it means we get a better product, then
I mean, if it has to be delayed for VFX reasons or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you remember, and I'm sure you can both agree, look, I love Clone Wars, but I love Rebels just equally. The amount of shit that Ahsoka got for being a certain way because people haven't watched Rebels, so they have no idea.
Yeah.
A lot of those characters are exactly like how they are in the show.
Ahsoka is Rebels season 5. It's like, you gotta watch Rebels to
and
understand
also,
Ahsoka.
like, the people that were fucking losing their mind and complaining about her, she's been through a lot. Like, come on.
It's a trauma response.
It is. She's been through a shit ton of crap. Like, good luck.
And the moment she talks to Anakin again, like you see the difference after. She's much more warm.
And then she shows up at the end of the show and smiles, and she doesn't really see him, but she knows he's there. It's beautiful.
I love seeing this is on Book of Boba. I don't know why we didn't see Ahsoka and Luke's first meeting on screen. That would have been kind of cool.
That would have been so fucking fire.
And
like I was telling Gian, I really think they're building to a Mark Hamill Anakin scene. Like, I think they're building to one with this, because what they're doing is they're building the sequel trilogy before the sequels. Like, they're layering it around, and I think we'll get to see some really cool shit. On that, there is a theory going around, and I did really like it, that Natalie Portman will be coming back to reprise her role of Padme, but it's only to draw Anakin out, and it's not actually Padme, it's Abeloth.
Oh,
dude, I love that theory.
Natalie Portman plays the mother, plays Abeloth. Oh my god!
Because like the thing is, like, she'll want to come back and do something different. And obviously, look, I love Padme, but she's dead. Like, she's
done. She's
gone.
So if Padme shows up, Anakin's like, to throw the person who's now perfectly balanced in his life. He's completely balanced. To throw him off center, to take the power from the daughter, which is now going to be Ahsoka, to take the power from the son, which I hope is Sam Witwer if he's playing the son, or if you can't make him Starkiller, just have him play the son. if she comes back as Abeloth, like, and it's like a force war,
and then Anakin's the father.
oh
Yo,
my.
I think I would legit cry. Like,
This
just
is
seeing
why I
Hayden
wanted This is
Christensen.
why I wanted Starkiller to be canon, because then both of his apprentices are the light and the dark.
They had the perfect chance to fall in order.
Just
They had the perfect chance to fall in order in the Jedi Survivor, which I still like Jedi Survivor.
Just seeing Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman on screen together in the big 226.
Apparently, Ewan McGregor was pictured with them. So I think we'll get a Clone Wars flashback. I mean, I have said for ages, and I know we'd all be hyped for this. If you can get Tomoira Morrison playing Captain Rex, Rosario playing Ahsoka, Ewan playing Obi-Wan, and Hayden playing Anakin in a Clone Wars flashback together.
I'll say this though, because I remember when I was at Rhode Island. I was at Rhode Island Comic-Con a month ago, and I met Rosario Dawson.
I'm joking.
I met Rosario Dawson and Iman Esfandi, who plays Ezra Bridger in the show.
Perfect casting, by the way.
Dude, he's so awesome. And so when I told them like how I'm excited for season 2 and stuff like that, and they told me, both of them said like the same answer. And I met them separately too. They both said the same thing. They said, we ain't ready, and Dave was cooking this season.
Fucking knew it.
That's all they said. They said Dave was cooking, and we're gonna enjoy this season a lot. Like, Dave was in his lab. He did his thing. That's what they said. So I'm like,
I'm excited, man.
That got me hyped.
I'm sorry. I'm actually really excited. I really enjoyed the first season of Ahsoka. Like,
I love the first season. But like, I still like it's great. Like, it's
and Ray Stevenson, what an addition to the Star Wars lore.
He's perfect.
Like, I tell you what, if him and Christopher Lee shared the screen together, that would have been gold.
That's great men on screen
there.
I
think you might get a flashback to Baylan Skoll in the Order days with like a young Anakin as well. I
want a Tales of the Jedi. I want a Tales of the Jedi thing about Baylan, man.
Are they giving him the story of there's a character that Anakin interacted with in Legends. I don't know if it's still canon. Ferrus Olin, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, because there is a Padawan that he interacted with that he had beef with, and I feel like it would be very fit. One thing you could do, because here's the thing, like the prequels obviously didn't expand on this. This is a comics thing, but I really like it. Is Anakin was treated like shit at the Jedi Temple. He was treated like an outcast. He was like the chosen one.
He was too old. Like they all knew each other since they were like
you brought privileges because you're the chosen one.
Yeah,
shit, you can't even do this.
Yeah.
What if him and Baylan Skoll had a back and forth when they were younger?
I would actually really like that.
That would be fire.
Then that gives it a bit more added weight, like personal weight between the two of them. So when you bring Baylan Skoll back, which I'm so glad that they did. Obviously, Ray Stevenson, rest in peace. But Baylan Skoll to me is one of the most interesting characters they brought in. And I think you're doing so well with him. If you infuse the best arc of Clone Wars, which is the Mortis gods, you bring Sam Witwer back as the son, you have Ahsoka as the daughter and Anakin as the father. Oh my God, you're cooking. Oh, and Shin great. So
Hayden is confirmed to come back. I know they did that.
Yeah.
Ewan.
I'm sorry. I am so
Ewan's heavily rumored, right?
Yeah, Ewan's heavily rumored. Natalie's rumored, but Hayden's confirmed.
I can't tell you how happy I am for Hayden. I'm sorry. Like, Hayden disappeared because he felt like he didn't earn it. He is now everywhere. And who's the one actor they're milking all over their fucking shit? Have you seen that
Monopoly ad?
Monopoly ad where like the guy's choosing between light side and dark side, and then Hayden's just like, yeah, click Vader. I'm like, you know what you're doing. You're milking it. Good. You've learned. Now what you need is you need to put him, Adam Driver, and Mark Hamill in a scene together in the next Star Wars film. There's your $1 million.
Hunt for Ben Solo.
That's more than $1 million. That's more than $1 million right there.
The Hunt for Ben Solo.
I was pissed off. I was so angry.
I just want that movie so
I want it. Like, this is the thing with the sequels, right? And obviously, like, we'll round out till next week. But this is how you know this stream ain't going anywhere, guys. We're gonna be here next week. We can talk Star Wars for days. I will never, ever, ever get tired of saying that the sequels do not need a Clone Wars type of show. The Clone Wars type of show expanded upon what was great about the prequels and made it better. The sequels need to go forward.
No, because the sequels, they set up a very interesting direction for the future.
To go forward.
We talk about this all the time, Jacob. I don't think they need to do another Republic. Clearly, it doesn't work. Like,
no.
Clearly, Republics don't work. They
if you want to do an animated show for the original trilogy between episodes 6 and 7, that's different. Shout out to Gian. Oh, there you go. I didn't even. But in terms of the sequels going forward, do a movie. Do a movie. That's it.
Honestly,
even if you don't make it episode 10, if you just go like the Hunt for Ben Solo or something.
Here's what I would do: give Finn, Poe, Rey, and Ben their own movies. That's what I would do. Give them their own. Like, give us a Poe movie where he's doing the what was they wanted to do?
That could be very like
a Top Gun type of movie with Poe.
Yes,
the
Rogue Squadron movie.
I think that should be Andor meets Top Gun in space.
Yes, and bring what's his name back? I can't think of his name. Dennis Lawson.
Oscar Isaac.
Wedge. Bring Wedge back. Have Wedge and Poe be. Have Wedge be the guy in charge. Have Poe lead this new squadron. They do that.
I mean, other characters like Janna or Zora you can do in a Disney Plus show if you really want to.
Finn, the Stormtrooper Rebellion. I need that. Give me that movie. Stormtrooper Rebellion.
I'm sorry. That really boiled my piss. The fact that he didn't get to use Luke's Return of the Jedi saber in that battle, that was one thing. The second, him leading a Stormtrooper Rebellion is so fucking cold. And the thing is, it's like I said, Rise of Skywalker isn't that bad of a film in terms of the moments. If you gave Finn that moment from Duel of the Fates and put it in there, I think people would have a lot less of a problem with it.
Yep,
I agree. Just imagine like John Boyega in the front with the lightsaber, like, bro. Oh my!
Concept art went hard. I will say this: there's a lot of stuff in Duel of the Fates that's goofy as fuck.
Like Rey and Poe.
That came out of bro.
And then Rey Solana is fucking stupid.
No, it's worse than Skywalker.
It's
even worse.
It's a stupid name. It's just stupid. It's just like, okay, I'm right. Darius's surname, Gian's surname. I'm now Jacob Marco Thornton. It's stupid.
I don't hate the Skywalker thing in principle. The way they went about it was kind of bad.
Symbolically, it's great. It's just if they didn't kill off Ben, I think people would be less.
And honestly, I wish they kept Rey and nobody. Personally, I think that was
mind Rey being a Skywalker.
This is where I feel like the original trilogy fanboys. I'm taking accountability for my fuck ups. Like they fucked up because they caused George to sell the brand. That was their fuck up. Yeah. My fuck up is I wanted Rey to be connected to someone, and then Episode 9 happened. I was like, no, you're basically saying Hitler's kid won.
Weren't they going to do Kenobi at first? Wasn't that what they wanted to do?
There was a rumor.
Now that I wouldn't have minded, primarily because, well, who did Kenobi get with? Well,
Mr. T got it on. We'll just say that.
Well, yeah.
There's that, and also Obi-Wan has a brother, so there's that.
Also, in canon, he has a brother.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that in Kenobi, I was like, "Oh, you know what you're doing."
There's no way they're not going to follow up on that. There's going to be another Kenobi. I guarantee it. There will be.
And then how poetic would that have been? Anakin's grandkid, Kenobi's grandkid, taking down the big bad together.
That would have been. That's tough. That's so tough.
I know what they're going for.
Also, the Kenobi handing Luke the lightsaber again. Like another Kenobi handing Luke the lightsaber again. Like,
I
thought they were going to do that.
I think the Rey movie still happening. I think Daisy Ridley said they're like she's about to film or something in an interview.
I'm when it pertains to Star Wars, until it's in writing.
When they start rolling, I believe it.
Until we start rolling on shit, I'll believe it. Right now, I don't believe jack shit. Sorry, Rey fans. I want that Ben Solo movie first. Like that has to take precedence.
Rey can be in it, but yeah,
she can be in it. Like it makes sense. I think what really annoyed me more so is the fact that I feel like Rey and Ben are stronger together as a duo, in my opinion. I feel like
that scene where she passes him the lightsaber, that is tough.
She looks at him, right? And then the saber's gone, and he just pulls it and he goes,
That was that's on Solo, man.
I do like that Rey is using Leia's saber though in that battle, and Ben's using his uncle's.
And you're not fanboying at the fact that Ben Solo is basically Anakin and Han as one character.
Yep.
And then Adam plays him with such a nuance, and when he jumps onto like the chain thing and he goes, "Ow!" Like I'm like, there's personality here. Wow.
Like, I just love it when he's like fighting the Knights of Ren. He's like this. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they back off immediately. Because they know they're done. Like they know they're fucked. So it's like yeah, you want to try.
I think the edit where the Knights talk. I think I wish they talked. By the way, I don't know why they didn't talk.
Yeah, they just do that typical Star Wars thing where they aura farm and don't say anything and they just die.
There's an edit where the knights talk and they have tough voices. It's really cool. I think I was thinking to you, Jan.
Yeah. I think it's good though because it's like Rey should be in the film. Oh, but it should just be about Ben. So yeah, but Rey's
an important part of Ben's
basically
story.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna go there. They're Force lovers. Okay, they basically they have Force sex. Okay, let's just call it what it is. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
I mean, they're two halves of a whole. They're two halves of a whole, basically.
Two halves of a whole. Like, I mean, no matter who screws who, other people, they're just going to come back to each other. They're like Hawk Girl and Hawkman from freaking.
Yeah, they can have other people in their lives, but
but they'll always come back to oatmeal together.
So. I love the idea. Of, like, I heard a pitch where basically Ben has to he has to do penance, basically. He has to make up for all the stuff he did to the Force.
I love that. That's why I love Crosshair in Bad Batch, because he has to deal with the consequences of his actions. I would have preferred that.
Yeah, imagine like Ben in Force Purgatory, like Force Hell, where he's seeing the worst things he's ever done. He has to keep reliving them over and over and over. It's
And then could you imagine a scenario where, you know how Obi-Wan did training with Yoda and with Qui-Gon while he was on Tatooine to learn how to use the Force?
Yeah.
In Ben's case, it's Anakin and all of other people reaching out to and through the Force.
The Yoda arc from Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yes. They're helping him get out of there. And then he really begins his redemption when he gets out.
Anakin, Luke, even. Yeah.
And then you give us the scene that I really want of Adam, Mark, and Hayden in a scene together. I think
you want that scene so bad.
I'm telling you, it would be the first Star Wars movie that hits $1 billion again. I'm telling you, if you have those three in a scene together, word of mouth is going to get people.
That's going to get leaked. People are going to scream record 30 reacts
that leak's going to be crazy.
All of it. Get it done. Get it. And obviously we'll touch more upon this the next time we'll get together. But I was saying before, Darius, and I know we spoke about this too, that in my opinion, once you've done the Rey and Ben movie, the new Jedi Order or the new Skywalker Order, you have Rey and Ben lead it. Finn is officially the first student in something new, and Ben can say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I sliced your back to pieces.
Sorry, I tried to murder you.
Sorry, I tried to murder you. I'm now piping your best friend, but also I'm sorry, I tried to murder you." You have Ahsoka on it as a sort of wise Yoda sage type character. In Planet of the Apes, there's that sort of wise motherly figure to everyone. She could be that. You have Grogu on there as well.
He'll be 100. Yeah.
If Cal Kestis doesn't die in Jedi Fallen Order, the third game, which he probably might, but if he doesn't, you can have him in there. You can have Ezra Bridger and Sabine in there, right? You could also have Jason Syndulla.
Jason would be
Jedi Council. Imagine this Jedi Council. I've got nostalgia for the prequel council, but if your Jedi Council is all the characters I've just listed, you have sequel trilogy, Rey and Ben. You have Mandalorian, Grogu. You have original trilogy / Rebels, Jason, Syndulla, Sabine, Ezra. You've got prequel trilogy, Ahsoka, Cal. I genuinely think there's no better way to unite the fandom than have every one of those characters in a movie together.
You know also you know who's Loki and Kenobi? Corran Horn. He's canon now from the Legends.
That might have been who I was actually thinking about, Corran Horn. That's the one that Anakin had beef with. That fucker.
Yep. He's a kid.
Yeah, well, there you go.
He's a kid
from the past. Him in it too. There you go.
We don't know what happened to Voss either. Where's he at?
Well,
Voss.
Totally forgot about Voss.
That Jedi Order would slap. Because you've got, especially right now, you've got a great opportunity to unite the entire fandom, especially with how people got behind this Ben Solo film. So if you use that as a leapfrog into a new Jedi Order and that's your Jedi Order, I'm sorry. You would be, if you're going to do fan service, do it right. And every character there deserves their seat and you please every group of fans.
I've said this before. I've never seen the Star Wars fandom unite the way they did with Ben Solo.
Yeah, dude,
that was crazy.
The people who hate the sequel trilogy, the reasonable ones anyway, were like, "Yo, I want to see this. This sounds awesome.
It's sick. I've got love for every actor in the Star Wars brand, but Adam Driver is Oscar level.
Yes,
100%.
I think he's the best actor to ever be in Star Wars. I think it's.
I agree. No, I agree. If Walken didn't win the award for Joker, he was going to get it for Marriage Story, 100%.
Yep,
dude, and him and Marriage Story was wild.
That's the thing. The story that he pitched, and obviously I looked more into it when Darius, you and RJ told me about the director and stuff. I looked more into it. This movie would have been a more grounded, intimate story. And I think that's exactly what we needed for the sequels.
I think it would have been a trippy, Ben is going through this trippy, weird Force journey of trying to make up for all the stuff that he did.
And who is the master of the Force that can help him? His grandfather. And who could also help him? Luke. Because everyone's a Force ghost now.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Not very exclusive anymore.
No, fuck it. The rules have changed. It's like, oh, but we can't have all the Force ghosts show up in episode 9. It breaks canon. So Qui-Gon's a Force ghost in Kenobi, yes?
Yep.
Sorry, that really that really annoyed me. Like, on one hand, I was like, oh my god, Liam Neeson, 1999 again. Christ, I'm old.
The whole thing was Qui-Gon didn't figure out how to make a body. That was
but then also, I'm looking at it going, you lying fucking bastards. You lying bastards. You move the goalpost depending on what you need. With that being said, you fucking bring every Force ghost back, have them fucking throwing shit. And
I will say, the last shot I gave us...
I want our Avengers Endgame. Give me it. Call me entitled.
I love that Yoda scene from The Last Jedi, by the way. The Yoda scene is probably the best scene.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a great Yoda scene. I like that scene as well.
I really want
he's like Empire Strikes Back. He's trolling Luke and shit. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I know people are very 50-50 about time travel, but Star Wars Days of Future Past, that idea still slaps to me.
The War Between Worlds is probably the best way to do time travel because they're
gonna do it. Like the whole. Obviously, look, I'm gonna feel a type of way about it when they do it. But World Between Worlds, let's call it what it is. It is time travel.
It is, yeah.
It's not.
It's a clean way of doing it.
It's not fully time travel, depending on what the plot needs. If you need Ahsoka to live, but you know, it's good at changing things.
They're gonna. I think they're really gonna use the World Between Worlds in season 2. They might imagine they travel back to like Ahsoka sees like Anakin and Obi-Wan fight on Mustafar.
God, I'll never forget the leak for Ahsoka season 1 where it said Anakin and Ahsoka fight on Mustafar.
That was crazy. I remember that.
and it's like it didn't happen, but it kind of did. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I will say the volume needs to be used less because the Battle of Teth could have looked way better than it did.
Yeah,
I think they are using the volume less. I think.
Good.
I think.
Hey, I remember the leaks were like Ahsoka sees like what would have happened if she was there instead of Obi-Wan and she loses.
Yeah. I saw that.
Like, she basically realized that there was no way she was going to save Anakin. Like it was always going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was a fixed point kind of thing. I mean, he's Space Jesus. That's just, you know.
I mean, and it's like the only one who could have saved Anakin at the end of the day was Luke. So
yeah.
Like,
and I really appreciate that Obi-Wan and Ahsoka break half of his like mask and Luke's the one to just take it off.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, because they break one half of
the opposite half.
That was really cool.
That scene in Kenobi, man. Oh my, that last scene in Kenobi was.
Oh, I cried. I cried. I felt like something in me healed though a little bit in a way. It's like I felt like I was having this conversation, but bringing it back to the start of the stream and me talking about my trauma from finding out my childhood hero was, you know, freaking about to burn to a crisp. And boy, did he burn! Jesus, he even lost his.
It's such a powerful scene. It's like you almost think that it's almost like Anakin's trying to comfort Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
it's not.
I did not.
There's so much going on in that scene. It's almost like, as you said, Anakin's comforting him.
But Vader's like, "Don't take the credit for my kill. Like I did this."
Yeah. He's basically the light side of, and this is how beautifully they played that scene. Obviously, the lighting is just accidental, so I'm not giving them credit on that, even though it's really good. But the dialogue and the choices that are made is Anakin is saying, "Look, I can see how much this is eating you up. As your former brother, it's not on you. I made those choices. I did it. It's not you. So therefore, Obi-Wan no longer has the burden. But then he has the ego to go, well, now hold on a minute here. Now hold on. You may not be responsible for this, but I am."
I killed your best friend. It was me.
I killed your friend.
You did not kill Anakin Skywalker.
And that's such a good way of making Ben's line in A New Hope make sense. It's like, you know, oh, you can't win, Darth. Like he really sees him as Darth Vader now. Anakin's dead. Like it is a retcon, but it's a sensible one. It makes sense. Yeah. It's crazy though, because when you watch A New Hope, right? This is the one problem with the franchise being as big as it is and being a big retcon now. When you watch A New Hope, you think the Jedi are like this mystical religion that died off like 100 years ago or 80 years ago, bro. Like years ago.
Yeah.
And Kenobi's like fucking 15 years prior. So it's like, it's not that long ago.
It's always been as Luke's age. Luke's like 20. Like
I'm like, yeah, Luke's like
And everyone's
19
like,
in A New Hope.
And everyone's like, oh my God, the Jedi are extinct. It's like,
makes no sense.
For 15 years?
Some of you just saw them.
Like literally, what's that? And Jesus, yeah, God damn. But hey, fucking hell, what a stream. I got to go and kick off this live Q&A. That's going to be my next feature for the night. That should be fun. Feel free to join over there and back me up. Onward and forward, we'll probably do a recording next week to see how it feels. Everyone that's been watching with us in the chat, I appreciate all of you massively. We'll see you on the next one. This is not going anywhere anytime soon in terms of it's not going anywhere. We're doing one stream. It's not going anywhere in terms of us not doing it. Probably try to get together once every couple of weeks or something like that. Make it a regular fixture because there's always going to be some new news, or if there's like Star Wars news that breaks, like I don't know, freaking the Bad Batch characters are crossing over into Ahsoka.
Adam Driver, Mark Hamill, Hayden Christensen, share screen.
Yes, sir. Sorry. I mean,
you can do it. My voice is gone. You can.
I'll have May the 4th soon.
I'll hear that news and then.
Oh yeah, May the 4th is gonna have some good stuff.
There's always something on May the 4th. 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, and May the 4th giving something Star Wars related.
God damn, what the hell was the damn? You're dark.
Well, I mean, death, taxes, and May the. I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, revenge. You got to have Revenge of the Sith with Phantom Menace. You know what I mean? And also, I will shout out the Phantom Menace ending score. You can hear Palpatine's theme in the thing. It's so ominous. I fucking love it.
Oh wait, before we end off, everyone's favorite score from John Williams. 3, 2, 1, go.
Duel of the Fates.
Yeah. Imperial March.
I like how I was doing when they said anything. Duel of the Fates, just because that scene and that score. If I'm playing a soundtrack to get me hyped,
you know what? I'll go with the underrated one. The score when Luke fights Vader at Return of the Jedi.
Jedi Fury.
Jedi Fury. That's an underrated one.
I put Across the Stars. I like Across the Stars.
Peak too. I love that.
Across the Stars is great. Do you know what? John Williams pulled such a madness with the Star Wars soundtrack. It's genuinely one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
You got the main theme. You got the main theme, the title theme.
Episodes 1 to 9. Like, I'll give the sequel some credit. Like, you know, we can talk all live long day about the soundtrack.
Ray's theme is underrated.
Even Kylo Ren's.
And freaking the Star Wars soundtrack of the Star Wars soundtrack. Wow, Jacob, you sound like such a normie. The Resistance theme.
Oh yeah,
Kylo Ren's theme. Which also, if you listen to Kylo Ren's theme, it has motifs of Anakin's theme.
Yep.
Motifs. And I love
Sunset, of course.
The Rise of Skywalker version of Ben's theme. Like it's Kylo Ren's theme, but heroic. Like I freaking love that.
Like the epic score from the Rise of Skywalker. In the trailer.
Yeah, so many. Shit. Damn. What a franchise. All right. Well, may the force be with you all. We will see you all very soon. Oh, go on.
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. We will see you all very, 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 very soon. Gian. Everyone give Mr. Giancarlo here a massive round of applause to be goddamn. Well, there you go. Give us an outro word with your Kanan lightsaber. God damn.
It's a Kanan line.
This is Ezra's, by the way, from Ahsoka.
Oh shit! Well, there you go. Normie spotted. Brilliant.
Then you will.
So technically, I'm right, but
I mean, the force will be with you always. There.
True.
Darius, outro line. Go at it.
This is Red Leader.
It's like Gold Leader, pretty much. And then, of course, well, I mean. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. That's what.
That's a great one. That's a really great one.
I've used it quite a lot.
I know.
Kevin, appreciate you, brother.
Always.
My bro. All right, guys, we will see you all very, very soon because the live Q&A is happening in -1 minute. So be there, guys and girls. We will see you all very, very soon. May the force be with you. Hell yeah.
Have a happy holiday.